Hello, 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 everyone. How you guys doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a great night. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Billy. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Nana. Hi, Rodney. Hi, BK. Hi, Susan. Hi, Retha. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Twin. Hi, Tia. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Rodney. Hi, Karen. Hi, Billy Mac. It's all falling down. How you guys doing tonight? I don't know if you guys know what's going on today. A lot of stuff has happened. A lot of stuff is happening. Hi, Susie. It's upon us. If you got prepared, be prepared. I don't know if you guys know exactly what happens. Yes, Billy, you can call in if you want. We definitely got a lot to talk about, so definitely call in. It's crazy out there. It is crazy. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Eden. Crazy, crazy, crazy night out there, or day. Between Russia, China, the U.S., gasoline prices, Europe being cut off tomorrow. They're cutting off all natural gas and oil that's flowing through Ukraine. So we've got a lot going on. Hi, how you doing tonight, Billy?
Hey, Chris, how are you, man? What's going on?
Not much
Hey,
besides
can you hear
craziness.
me?
Yep.
Okay. I want to talk to the audience and you tonight about that video clip I tried to send you the other day through Messenger about those drones that the Chinese military designed. Did you see
Yep.
it? Did you happen to look up that guy's video on YouTube?
I didn't get a chance to look at his video, but I know all about them. They're swarm drones.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
just
So,
one problem after the other. I don't even know if you guys know yet. China has surrounded Taiwan right now.
yes, I saw that too also today. Chris, for all the people listening, when they get a chance, they got to go on YouTube and look up this video. It is disturbing and it's scary. The Chinese government, they were able to make these they're called autonomous drones. And what they are, and they did a test, and the video was of a swarm, like you said, like a swarm, like maybe 15, 20 or so, whatever. And they released in this forest, and they show how these drones can fly through heavy wooded area and not hit trees, and they can actually move around this stuff.
And they can map an entire area, so they can see where the soldiers are, they can see where the people are, or see where
Yeah,
military are, and be in and out
and
without
not
even
only
being
that, but
heard.
like, and they could be designed to carry like little explosives.
Yep.
Now, Chris, imagine this for a second. The Chinese are on both coasts, right? They release 1 million, 2 million of these things on each coast at the same time. How are you going to stop that? Imagine 2 million of these little drones attacking each coast at the same time, and they all have explosives, like C4 connected to them.
Yep.
In other words, they're like kamikaze drones.
And not only that, if you've seen their new plane, they're actually making them where
No,
they could
yeah,
drop them
can you
right off
stop
the
it?
hatches, right out
Sorry.
of the hatch. Thousands and
I mean,
thousands of them.
man, I saw this video, Chris, and that's why I sent it to you right away. And I was like, my God, man, is this the future of the battlefield?
It's getting crazy, and it's everything. Everybody should be prepared for what's coming. because this is coming and it's going to come quick at this rate.
And
We
then, like
have
you said, another video I saw today, they were talking to news organizations. Said yes, Taiwan is surrounded right now, and the Chinese are doing war games, but they're doing them like really close to Taiwan,
well,
and
no, the
the whole
the
island's
latest statement
surrounded.
that actually just came out from China is China wants to take Taiwan peacefully, but is prepared militarily, and they are ready to act.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the recent statement that just came out. Even U.S. intelligence chiefs said the same thing. That it's a scary territory to be in right now, but it's possible.
And think
They're
about
going
this
to do
for a
this.
second, Chris. If NATO is going to get boggled down in Ukraine, as they are, they're boggled down, I would say, because they have a lot of resources now in and around that part of Europe.
Yep.
China acts, they're going to have to send resources in and around that area. North Korea is going to say, hey, this is our opportunity. We only got 37,000 American troops on the line. They got over 1,000 artillery shells all aimed at Seoul.
Yep. And the problem is the U.S. sent so many missiles to Ukraine now. We're actually deplete. Our own stockpile is depleted.
Yeah, I heard we gave away 1/3 of our javelins. They're gone.
No, a lot more. Stinger missiles have been out of production for years, and we
Yeah,
have no more Stingers left because we gave them all to Ukraine. What are we going to do about that? I mean, these are huge
I think
issues
I
coming
told
forward.
you, right? Did I tell you that I saw on the video? I think it was Douglas McGregor was saying from the time you order a javelin to the time it's delivered is like almost 32 or 34 months.
Yeah,
So it's like almost 3 years.
4,000 a year.
Yeah,
That's what average production. That's what extreme production is. It's 4,000 a year. So if they start doing extreme production now, it'll take 4 years before we receive the first dose or order of 4,000.
yeah. Hey, one more thing. So this whole thing with Russia now, I just saw a couple of my other guys I follow on YouTube that Russia, I think they know and they believe in their hearts that America sunk the ship, that America was directly involved in the sinking of the ship and the killing of the generals. And I think it goes further than just giving intel. I think they believe that they had a hand in it. And I think
Well,
that's going to be the catalyst, Chris, to
well,
start war.
here's the problem. The report that came out today about Biden being furious about the leaks about U.S. intelligence helping Ukraine kill Russian generals and sinking the warship. The report that came out today says we did it.
Yeah,
The U.S. intelligence report that said, I mean, we released our own intelligence report saying we did it. And then Vladimir Putin immediately fires back today with saying nuclear weapons are definitely on the table. And it's not a question of when, it's a question of what situation he's going to use them in.
yeah. No,
This,
that's definitely the catalyst now that's going to spark this whole thing. And
yeah,
again, it all because America is sticking their nose in something they don't need to. And again, I'm going to say it again. I know I said it on Facebook, and people are so ignorant they don't want to listen. But yes, yeah, they are fighting the Nazis. The
yeah,
Donbass area, Mariupol, was full of neo-Nazi white supremacists. That's a fact. You can look it up. They formed after the invasion of the Crimea in 2014. The
yeah.
Azov battalions. Okay, there's thousands of them, and they killed a lot of Russian people in those areas after the Crimea was taken over. Okay, and they're a part of the military now, and I'm sorry, I'm not rooting for Russia and I'm not rooting for Ukraine, but I do not condone sending American taxpayer money and military aid to a country that allows Nazis in their military. I'm sorry, and that's a fact. Everybody could go look it up if you don't believe.
Yeah,
You're
another
not going to see it
$40
on the
billion
news
dollars is
because the
being
news
voted
doesn't
on
talk
right now
about
as
it.
we speak. $40 billion is being voted on right now as we speak.
Yeah, yeah,
Money we don't have. Where we have food shortages throughout the U.S. I mean,
yeah.
four meat products are being recalled from pulling from grocery stores in over 15 states right now. Between chicken, beef, of course, plants and vegetables.
Yeah. And I just ordered home heating oil today. I filled up my tank, $5.90 a gallon on Long Island.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Tyson
Last
Food
month it
just
was
recalled.
$4.70.
Tyson Food just recalled 8,493 pounds of ready-to-eat chicken products because of listeria contamination. First of all, listeria requires an aerobic environment to live, with no
Yeah.
oxygen. I don't understand how we're getting aerobic environments in meat all of a sudden that never existed before. I mean, Trader Joe's had to recall their chicken patties because of bone pieces. Meanwhile, the safest food supplier in the world, the U.S., the poultry and the beef industry is literally 50 billion pounds a year. Is We're recalling it every time we turn around,
Yeah.
from salad bowls to pork and chicken stew to mortadella, which is a kind of sandwich meat, to ready-to-eat chicken breast, is all being recalled as we speak in a ridiculous amount. Not
Yep.
to
Hey,
mention
before
gas
I go,
prices.
yeah.
What's going to happen tomorrow with gas prices? I don't know if you guys know, but oil and gas is being cut off through Ukraine tomorrow from Russia to go into Europe.
Well,
Gas
yeah,
prices
that's
are
what I heard
expected
today.
to
That
skyrocket.
Ukraine shut off all the natural gas to parts of Europe. Is that correct?
That'll be happening first thing tomorrow morning, or
Yeah.
right
Well,
now. It's actually happening.
well, listen. I just want to say before I go, I want to say to everybody that's out there listening. I know most of the people are, and they do it already. But if you don't, you really have to start preparing. You got to start buying some food, water, just stuff to hold you over until help arrives. Because I'm telling you, it's coming. If you think nothing is happening, then you're not paying attention to world events. And there's so much crap that's going on out there right now, and our country's in such bad shape, and people don't realize it. That you're gonna wake up one day, and you know what? You're gonna wake up and there's gonna be no power on, no electric.
Yeah,
And
and
you're gonna be
I
like,
hate to
holy
say this. I
shit.
know there's a baby food shortage right now with formula, but in an extreme circumstance, baby formula is one of the best items to have in your stock because it provides every nutrition your body
Yeah.
needs.
Hey, you can even eat dog and cat food if you had to.
Yep.
Think about that. If to survive, if you had to, you can eat that.
Yep.
All right, listen. Let me go. God bless, Chris. I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right. God bless, man.
Bye bye.
It's just getting crazy out there. I mean, this is stuff happening before this. Biden, of course, opens the door to reversing Trump's tariffs on China as a way to combat inflation. To reverse the tariffs that China has on it, of course, to keep their trade equity lines open and make it affordable or make it feasible for Americans to produce products here at home. At the same time, China is encircling surrounding Taiwan in a massive rehearsal of invasion plans. And now, of course, we know that all the insiders and U.S. intelligence chiefs now say that this may not be a rehearsal. This looks like they're preparing to actually do it. And of course, statements coming from China state that they're going to take it either peacefully or with force. I mean, China's accelerated plans on Taiwan because the military, of course, even U.S. military forces are overwhelmed trying to deliver weapons to Ukraine right now. This is a serious issue we're facing. Where will help come from? I don't know. Mexico's been burning. It's crazy. Gas went up to $4.49 in Pennsylvania yesterday. It's going to go up again tomorrow. You can eat acorns as long as you soak them and get the tannins out. There's a process to that. You can make flour out of acorns. But the top U.S. spy chief says the war in Ukraine will likely become more unpredictable and escalatory in the next few weeks. U.S. intelligence believes that Putin is likely to become more unpredictable and escalatory in the coming months, as top spy master told Congress today. It's not looking like it's going to be any better. Even if Russia is successful in Donbass, where Moscow is currently concentrating its military efforts, we're not confident that that's the end. The fight in Donbass will effectively end the war? No. The intelligence community assessed that Putin is prepared to prolong the conflict in Ukraine, during which he still intends to achieve the goals beyond Donbass. Russia's moves over the coming months, as has been the case for the course of the war, coming down to just one man. Putin and his decision are likely to become increasingly more difficult for intelligence communities to predict over the next couple of months, in part because Putin's faces a mismatch between his ambitions and Russia's current conventional military capability. This could lead to extreme escalatory situations that we're facing. Solar panels are always great. Yeah, get a Jackery 1000. I use Patriot battery backup systems. I have solar in my house, but I use Patriot Power as my solar battery backup system, and it's great. I mean, if you're only going to be running a fridge and some basic necessities, it works great. You get two 100-watt panels. You don't get a lot of power out of it, but you get what you need, at least enough to survive. Russia is now training missiles on Ukraine's quiet zone to target trade. That's just now coming through. In eastern Ukraine, armed forces repelled 12 attacks so far in the last hour. It's getting crazy. Yeah. They have more missiles trained at more trade routes right now. We're going to see a lot more hypersonic missiles going off here shortly. It's going crazy. It is going crazy. U.S., of course, gasoline prices are expected to go crazy. Of course, Biden administration announces plans to buy 60 million barrels of crude oil, taking bids this autumn, when oil prices will be at an all-time high, as the White House, of course, is depleting the 180 million barrels and the release to the soaring of oil prices and fuel prices. The prices did decline for a short while, but yet again, announcing failed to have any sustainable effect on retail fuel rates. Gas prices are still going up. And now we're looking at another wave of COVID throughout the country. Of course, nobody's talking about that because it'll just look bad on them. But Biden opening up, of course, this trade or this whole thing with China, allowing them to release or reduce the tariffs on China to combat inflation is not the way to go. All the agenda, including taxes, increase on wealthy and large firms, and reneging in the cost of production drug or prescription drugs. These remarks, of course, of Biden, he's dismantling what America is. We have largely been left in place for the last 3 years. Tariffs to make more expensive for U.S. businesses to import goods from China. The tariffs on the $360 billion worth of Chinese products that prompted China to slap tariffs on some U.S. agricultural products. Both sides ramped up trade wars until initial trade deals in early 2020 helped relieve tensions, and the U.S. and China agreed not to step up tariffs. But of course, releasing those tariffs right now at a critical time when we know what's happening in Taiwan, as China's military is surrounding Taiwan, is a ridiculous prospect. Biden being furious about the intelligence leak that shows that we helped Ukraine kill Russian generals and sink Russian warships. It's just another problem in the hat. Biden's concerned that the report that leaked is going to provide Russian President Vladimir Putin more ammunition, which it is. We shouldn't be involved in the first place. The U.S. handed critical information to Ukraine forces that allowed them to attack and sink one Russian warship, the most prominent warship, on April 14th. Now, the U.S. had no prior knowledge that Ukraine intended to target the ship, according to John Kirby. But yet they gave them the information for the ship and where it was and how to target it. U.S. intelligence was also pivotal in the death of several Russian generals. All this being fed to Moscow directly. They see what's happening. Whether we say we're involved in this war or not, we are. We have forced our way in, and it's going to be paid with repercussions to us, the citizens of the United States. While experts have admitted that the U.S. has stepped up its involvement in the Ukraine war, Biden has still been careful not to provoke Vladimir Putin. Of course, this information leak is a big deal. The U.S. has, of course, tried to decline Ukraine's request to send troops into the country, opting instead to send Ukraine forces a generous stream of military aid. But I have a question. Then how did a Canadian general and his platoon, end up in Russian arms? If NATO is not involved and the U.S. is not involved, then how was a general from Canada and his platoon captured? Of course, the resort of triggering nuclear weapons is raised. The alert, of course, has been raised for quite some time now. Increasing violent acts of escalation from Putin, including full mobilization and imposing of martial law. If the Russian leader felt war was against him and endangering his position in Moscow, he would use nuclear warheads. It wouldn't be a question. The grim forecast came on a day of continued fighting in East and South Ukraine, when, of course, Russia used another hypersonic missile to attack the port of Odessa. Notice, the UN is concerned that the death toll from the war will probably be in the high figures, higher than the current official estimate of 3,381. This is leading up to bigger problems. The problem is we don't realize what's happening. When China attacks Taiwan, we're supposed to defend them. I have no clue what's going to happen at this point. I have no clue what's going to happen. And China, of course, is just going to be worse than anything we've expected coming our way. It's just one thing after another every time we turn around. If our government was truly for us, they would be fighting to keep us out of this war. Instead, every time we turn, the House just approved $40 billion to aid the Ukraine to fight off Russian aggression again. $40 billion. But can't help American citizens that are in need. Ukraine's course is to halt all the key Russian gas transmission to Europe tomorrow, and it blames Moscow, like I was saying earlier. Surging fuel prices result in higher costs for businesses and traveling and goods, as we're facing diesel fuel hitting over $6 a gallon now. Truckers, that price has to go somewhere. Truckers don't make much. Cost of maintaining a vehicle and everything else, it is an expensive job. It's a sad fact, everything that's happening around the world. But we're being affected directly because people don't want to see what's happening. Of course, Elon Musk did state today publicly that he will be bringing Trump back to Twitter as soon as he is in full control of the company, which is a good thing. Making promises, basically, freedom of speech will be allowed. It's just one thing after another, though. Looking out there and seeing what's happening in this world is really getting to a devastating point. $6.09, yep. Uh, 2021, we're just trying to prepare us for 2022. It's happening. People need to be ready. People need to be beyond ready at this point. I want to thank our donors again. We have Tia that's donated $25, Alex that's donated $25, and Joe that's donated $100 so far this month. So we have raised $150 to help people in need throughout the United States. As we know, hurricanes and storm season is coming, and it's going to be a hard one this year as they're projecting. So we're trying to raise as much money as possible so we're able to help as many people in need as we can. So if you can afford to donate, please do. We'll keep you on our list all month long for our total donations. America is suffering debt that they can't even control. Interest rates are going up. Interest rates on your credit cards, of course, most people, $50 million in credit card debt is outstanding right now. It is crazy. Tomorrow night, we will be doing a segment of what if America will be lost power for a year or more, and what would actually happen. So please tune in tomorrow night. We're covering the news as well. But a lot of great information that you guys need to know and how to prepare and how to outlast it. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful night. And we appreciate any donations we get, whether it's $1, whether it's 50 cents. Every penny helps. God bless you and have a wonderful night.